Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is for you. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back. I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. I thought, as a classic video, I would get ready and give you an update on things since the last time. So here we go. Okay, so yes, it is Tuesday, August 10th. A lot of things have happened. In the last video that I uploaded, you guys saw that I was in Tofino, which was really awesome. It was so cool. We were actually some friends and my boyfriend and I, and we were there for a week, and it was really cool. The only thing that's like kind of a bummer, but you know, it's understandable, there was just no way to film actually surfing. Like, I could have filmed a bit of them, I guess, but I didn't obviously want to ask any of them to like film me, you know? Surfing was good, but yeah, there's just no way to like film it unless like you have a GoPro, and then even still, as an amateur surfer, how do you film yourself surfing if you're barely even surfing? But it was really awesome. We were there for 7 days. We went 6 days, and I think 3 of those days or 4 of those days we actually went twice in the day. We were there during the heat wave in BC, and I guess Tofino is always a little bit colder than Vancouver is, so that was good. And then also we were obviously surfing a lot of the time and in the water and by the ocean, which was amazing. I still remember, like, I know it wasn't that long ago, but I still remember, I think the second day or maybe I don't remember as well as I think I do. On the first or second day of that heat wave, we were actually surfing at Cox Beach, and which is, like, if you've been to Tofino, you know that that walk from the parking lot to the ocean is like through all these trees, and it's quite humid in there, and it's like a 7-minute walk or less. I was so eager to go surfing that day that I put on my wetsuit as soon as we got out of the car, put on my boots or booties, and was ready to go. Like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And then I started overheating so much from, obviously the wetsuit is so, it's black, it's tight, it's full body. I had like beads of sweat going down my entire face. I was getting redder and redder by the second. So I was tempted to just like ditch the board, run in there, but obviously not a great idea. But I did put on my leash and everything when I got near, went in, and it was funny because I was expecting like this like moment of relief for like being in the ocean, but obviously you were in a wetsuit. So I didn't even feel like the cold water. Yeah, so we spent most of the time surfing at Chesterman South, or South Chesterman Beach, because that was near where my friends were staying. And it also, I think we all just kind of unanimously agreed that it was the best and it was the most fun. We went to Long Beach a few times, Cox once, maybe twice, and that was it. So there were some that we never got to, some beaches we never got to, and unfortunately we did not make it to Tacofino. I am still coping with that. It's hard to talk about, so I try not to. It's fine. There, you know, luckily we live in Vancouver, so there are options here. Obviously, it is not the original or the original experience of going up to a food truck and getting tacos, but that's okay. We were really eating a lot at home, not spending that much on eating out, and surfing all the time. So kind of a fair trade-off. Went around the town once by myself. The people I was staying with, they were working full-time at the time, and I've just been in school. So I had a bit more free time than they did, and I decided to use it to walk around and explore everything. Tofino is very small, if you did not know. So in a couple of hours, I went through pretty much the entire town. I wanted to go into most of the stores and just check out the vibe, just check out what everything looked like, which was really awesome. I have been to Tofino before. I think at that time I'd only gone surfing like once or twice in that trip. So it was really awesome to be there for a week this time and to go every day and then sometimes multiple times a day, because I really progressed quickly, which was awesome. Before, I think my accomplishment was like, I got on my knees one time, or I was on one knee at one point, like half standing, half kneeling, half standing. And then this time I like got up. I am now able, or I was at the time, maybe I couldn't do it anymore already. What I was able to do and what I was comfortable doing was, after a wave has crashed, it's then white water after the wave is broken, which is like the very, very unorganized water that's moving still quickly, but it's very irregular. So that is all that I felt comfortable surfing. I did not feel comfortable trying to make it out past the break and surfing real waves and coming in that way. I didn't feel confident with that height of water or that kind of situation, so I really never tried. I just stayed near the break, which was, if you're good at surfing, you know that that is a tiring way to spend your day surfing. But I actually had a lot of fun, and like technically speaking, I felt like I was surfing more, because when you're out past the break, you're catching waves kind of right near you. Like you might paddle a little bit forward to try to catch a wave, but vaguely whatever is near you at that time is what you're surfing. And you might miss one. You might wait out a few of them because they're not exactly what you're looking for and not in your area. Whereas me, I was catching every break I could. So I would, if one ended up being flat, I would then come back a little bit, start again. And if I surfed all the way out, then I would come back and catch whichever one I could. So I felt like I spent a lot of time really in the water, on the board, and surfing, which was really fun. Obviously, that meant that I was alone for a lot of it because my friends and everybody I was with were out past the break, so I don't even know how to measure that distance. I was very far from them, but I didn't mind. I was happy working on it myself, and just the type of person I am, I would rather put in the time and try and then get it than be brave enough to just go all the way out. Like, they were so nice, and they were like, come on, you can do it, come out. And I was like, no, I can't. No, I will not. No, thank you. I was just too scared. I just knew that like it would be hard to get past the break, and I wouldn't know how. Like, if the water was flat, it's easy to then paddle out for sure. But if the waves are still coming and you're trying to go out, which obviously doesn't, it's not the easiest idea, but it saves the most time. I don't know how to do all of that, and I'm not comfortable doing it. I'm not confident doing it, and I feel like the biggest thing for any type of activity and like safety, which you all know is one of my favorite topics, confidence or knowledge of what you're doing is key to doing well at any sport. So if you are worried about swimming in the ocean, you have to have a level of confidence or a level of certainty or a level of understanding to go out in the ocean, confident doing it, which then makes you safer. Same with biking. If you're scared and nervous and not sure the entire time you're going, you're more likely gonna fall or get injured or injure somebody else. So surfing, I did not feel comfortable trying to fight any waves that were coming in. And funnily enough, on the last day, one of my friends was at the beach we were at which I think was Cox, with us. And she was saying to me that she was like a beginner and she wasn't really going out for most of it either. And she said, come on, like this is our last day, we should go. And I was like, yeah, it was a good idea to try at least. So I didn't have that feeling like, oh, if only I had. So I tried and I paddled out. I paddled out up until I was facing and underneath where the waves would be crashing. I looked up. I saw one of these huge waves that I'd seen my friends go over or I'd seen my friends surf. And seeing it that much closer, realized there was nothing I could do. To make this story as quick as possible, basically I will just state the facts, and I will admit early on here, these were not good things to do. I didn't handle it in a smart way. Everything that happened is my own fault. There's no justification. This is just what I did. I saw the wave coming, wasn't sure what to do, how to handle it, wasn't sure that if I tried to do any of the tactics and procedures that people that know what they're doing do. I wasn't sure that if I tried that, I would know how to do it properly and that it would work out and that I wouldn't injure myself more. I wasn't sure. I wasn't confident. I think it's called duck diving. I wasn't confident in doing that. It's when you're laying on your board, the wave is coming, and you flip over while the wave is crashing. I wasn't sure I'd be able to do that. I wasn't sure another option either. So what I decided to do was on my stomach on the board, I decided to hop off. I decided to, as soon as the wave was crashing on me, cover my nose and go down with as much pressure or force as I could, go down kind of into a ball. That caused a plethora of issues. That caused the board to go all over the place. Luckily, it didn't hit me or anyone. So I was by myself. The friend who was going with me, the friend of a friend who was going with me, she was far enough away. So yeah, the board went, I can't even think about where the board went. Like, I don't know if it went backward for a bit or if it just went forward. Anyway, felt this sensation of being pulled by my ankle, which was obviously the leash that's around your ankle. It was pulling me, which meant the board was pulling it. So I think the board was heading to shore, and then I was deeper. It was pulling me by the ankle while I was underwater, which meant that it was harder to try to get up to breathe. So it kept pulling me. I kept going with it. By the time I finally did get up, another wave crashed right on me. And at this point, the pull was so hard, the leash snapped off my ankle or broke off my ankle. So leashes have a Velcro. So it didn't mean that the wave was strong enough that it ripped the actual leash. It just loosened the Velcro. So the board went completely off me, which is dangerous for many reasons. One, your board is also a flotation device. Two, your board unattended is very dangerous. It's very large. It's heavy. You don't want to hit anybody. You also have no control over it. And you're out in the, however deep you are without the board, it's a little bit scary. Come up again, and I hear my boyfriend yelling, like, "Come on, Sarah, like, come on, let's go, keep going, like, you can make it." And I'm like, "I lost the board, like, I can't, I'm out of here." I don't know about you guys, but I'm the most confident swimming on my back, so I went straight on my back, heading to shore, head first, kicking away, and I just start kicking as hard as I can, because I'm assuming I'm roughly around for some reason I'm assuming I'm around the area that I was at before. So I feel like I must be so deep, these waves are going to keep getting me. So I'm paddling kicking and then I hear like a guy's voice for a bit, and then I turn around. It's my friend's boyfriend. He was standing there holding the surfboard in the water, and like, he can stand up kind of thing. So I actually wasn't that deep the entire time, because obviously, as I had mentioned but didn't realize at the time, I had been pulled significantly while underwater. So I had made it very close to shore. Did that, and it was just funny because at the end of the day, some of my friends had seen that. So I explained to some of them, in a fun way. Like, that is why I did not go out earlier. I was not confident about being out in that kind of water or trying to be there. And I said, even if I got all the way out, I don't think I ever would have been able to come in, because I would never have surfed that. Like, that scares me way too much to be on top of one of those huge waves and actually try to surf it. So I said, I think that was the best outcome. I think that was good. The longest story time ever. Okay. I'm just gonna do a plethora of updates. Tofino, great, good time. Very happy to have been there. You saw a little bit of some clips. I'm still not sure what that tooth thing was. I've tried Googling it and I have no idea what animal that could have come from. The shells were a lot different than the ones that I'm used to in Vancouver, so that was really cool, really exciting. Still waiting on the sand dollar to get lighter. Oh, I got a haircut the other day. So the biggest thing that I wanted out of a haircut was I wanted like more framing around my face. So if you can see, these hairs are slightly shorter. The other thing that I did was I got like the bottom rounded. I didn't get that much off the length, as you can probably tell, it's still pretty long. But yes, I wanted to get just a trim, and it was mostly for the framing, which I feel like went well. I've been going to the same place forever, but yeah, I just feel like this makes me look more, I feel like having framing around your face just makes you look a little bit more awake or thing, I don't know. Oh, I've been doing a little bit of driving. You can do everything. Okay, so August 15th, me and my boyfriend are heading to Montreal. Gonna be there for almost a month, which is really exciting. By the time I come back, I will be in school, which I'm doing full time, which is exciting. Just a fun balance doing school, because yeah, it wasn't something that I have been doing since back to back to back. I've taken breaks to do work. I've worked for years in between, and I'm just excited to go to school. It seems like classes will be in person, which should be interesting. Not really sure how that's going to work out, but I think that'll be great. Some of my classes are online, some of them are in person, so we'll see how that goes. I plan on wearing my mask the entire time. I am fully vaccinated, which is awesome, which I want to get it as soon as possible, so I did that, which was awesome. I got the same one twice, which was Pfizer. I didn't feel great after, but I was pretty okay. So yeah, that was awesome. That was great. Really happy to have done that. And okay, so school. So I am almost finished everything. And if you watched my video before this one, no, before Tofino, I was talking about the classes I was taking and how nervous I was and how I was feeling about them and like how the semester would go. You know what? I'm going to make this a separate video because this one is already too long. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. You can comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. All the things. You know how to do them. YouTube has been around for a while now. You could turn on the bell so that you don't miss any videos, because you know, before I go to Montreal, while I'm in Montreal, after Montreal, I'm planning on doing a lot of filming and uploading a lot. So you could subscribe to not miss anything. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate the support, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Thank you. Okay, bye.